to sit down with them one-on-one, would you be?
Absolutely. It's always better to talk. I mean, even at the height of the Cold War, Reagan talked to Gorbachev. Kennedy talked to Khrushchev. And and Nixon went and talked to the Chinese, and only good things came of that. Why we won't talk to our potential enemies who aren't even capable of doing us harm, when you think of countries that are third world countries like Iran and Iraq, it just behooves us to say, well, let's talk this over. There's nothing wrong with talking. So I would be talking to Castro in Cuba. I'd be trading with Cuba. I mean, what good was 40 years of sanctions? All it did was solidify the power of Castro. So for somebody to say, no, I wouldn't talk to somebody, I'd be very concerned about that individual being much of a leader.
Thank you. I'm going to ask one more question, just check. Actually, I think he just asked you a question about why you think your message has resonated so much with younger people, whereas some of the other candidates have fallen flat with people our age, to put it lightly. Well, why would you say that is?
Yeah, I'm not positive I know the answer. I think the young people have to give the answer. And, of course, I ask young people all the time, and most of them say they just like the entire message. They like the message of freedom. They like the message of the Constitution. They like personal liberty. And I don't think they have full trust in the government that they're going to take care of them in old age. And I think they're more worried that they're going to be taxed all their life and not get much for it. So this idea of individual liberty and the Constitution and limited government and allowing people to lead their own lives, it's very, very attractive. And young people tend to be more idealistic than older people, and they look at this as idealism in a good sense, and all of a sudden they have become very attracted to this message, and I'm delighted.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, we have one more question, then we're going to get you a break before the rally. And this is Steven Vincent. And he is with Ron Paul Radio.
Hi.
Oh, hello there.
My name is Steven Vincent. Actually, the show is now called The Freedom Message.
The Freedom Message.
The Freedom Message.
Oh, you kicked me off.
No, you're the inspiration of it. Yes, and we thank you very much for that. Yes, we're broadcasting wirelessly live over the internet via bbsradio.com to thousands of your supporters listening across the country and probably across the world. And the question I have for you today is regarding Fred Thompson. He's entered the race now apparently as a conservative candidate, yet he's chosen the slogan security, unity, prosperity, and his statement of purpose includes 3 references to the greater good. My impression of this is somewhat of a collectivist, socialistic almost slant to security, unity, prosperity, and the greater good. It sounds like, to me, something out of the Eastern Bloc. How can one claim to be a conservative and put that forth as one's approach?
I wouldn't argue with your analysis because the greater good is a very, very dangerous slogan. The greater good is a very socialistic idea because in a free society, the good that we want is directed toward the individual. We have to dwell on individual rights. We don't dwell on group rights. Nobody gets a right because they belong to a particular group. Everybody has equal rights because they're an individual. The greater good is an excuse to redistribute wealth and to police not only the individuals here at home, but to police the world. The greater good is an excuse to use for policing the world, to police the economy and redistribute wealth, and to police you as an individual and what you want to read and say and do. So that's a very, very dangerous term, and it's the opposite of liberty.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for all you're doing for our country.
Appreciate it.
Here we are with Dr. Ron Paul. I'm excited to have had the opportunity to ask him a question. And we're going to be going out now to the rally. And so I'll be staying with you as long as I can. If I lose you, if I lose the connection somehow, then I will be reconnecting. And I'm really, really happy to be here. This is a really important day for our country, for me personally, gratifying just to even shake the man's hand and be here asking him a question. So you're listening to the Freedom Message live, Steven Vincent at the University of Southern California, here covering Ron Paul's visit to Los Angeles. So we're going to be walking now back up to the rally, and we'll take it from there. Hey, Bill. Yeah. Oh, there's so many stories behind this, I got to tell you.
Lisa Anderson from you haven't got a hand free.
Good.
From the Chicago Tribune.
Hi, Lisa Anderson from the Chicago Tribune.
I just wanted to get a number, a contact number the things I wanted to ask you some questions
Okay.
about the show.
Okay, good. So we're going to be doing an interview at some point with the Chicago Tribune. They've asked me to do an interview with them. That's exciting. Lots of exciting things have been happening, actually. I have to tell you, we've got a couple of FM stations that are interested in rebroadcasting our material, and that's going to be coming to you soon. There are so many exciting developments that have transpired in the last week that, I mean, it's just amazing how this is happening, and it's stuff that's coming to me. It's not like I'm going out there looking for it. Stuff is happening. Stuff is coming to. Stuff is coming to this campaign and to the people that are behind it. You know why? Because we are right. We are right in that we are correct politically, but we're also right in our hearts and in what we're trying to do and what we want to do. Oh, this way? Okay. And I'm just like walking around here with a laptop in my hand and a microphone, and my guys are ganging the cables and everything, and we're walking back now. My heart's beating after speaking with Congressman Paul. It was really a pleasure. You know, he really comes across, when you're up close and personal with him, as the sincere man that you see in the video. You know, it's just not a put-on. Let's put it that way. It's not a put-on. And you know, these other politicians, and I'm going to say Fred Thompson is the top of my list. Giuliani used to be, but now he's just so damn obvious. But Fred Thompson is such a put-on. He is such a put-on, and so are all of these other candidates. They are such put-ons. This is a genuine man who actually cares about us. He cares about you. He cares about me. He cares about this country, and he speaks from his heart and is ready and willing to do that which is going to help us as a nation, and by extension, the world. Because if the United States of America does not fare well, the world will not fare well. We are that beacon of liberty. We are that beacon of freedom and hope. And if we don't have freedom and hope, then the world has a really rough. Hey, how you doing? Running into a friend of mine. We're live on the air on the Freedom Message. What's your name again? Becky. I thought you were Becky. Did you win? What's your last? Yeah, you know, you won a ticket.
I do know that.
Yeah, you got okay. She won a ticket in the raffle for the fundraiser. She won a half-price ticket for the raffle for the fundraiser this afternoon, right after the rally. So this is Becky, and she's been to a number of the rallies and sign wavings that we do. Did you go out to Palm Springs for the? Yeah, I saw pictures of you in Palm Springs. All right. Yeah, she's in a YouTube video too. She's like semi-famous. Yeah. So Becky, why don't you tell the folks out there why you're out here today with your baby in a stroller, and why you're doing this today for Ron Paul?
Oh, I'm here to support Ron Paul. I want to do everything I can to get him elected as president. I think it's the only hope for our country. I'm really excited and enthused to come out here today and see this great crowd of people supporting Ron Paul, because we really need him to help protect our freedoms and, bring peace to our country. So I'm just excited to do everything I can, and I would encourage anybody out there, please make sure you come to all the events you can. Spread the word every day. Wear your buttons, wear your pins, and just get out there. Talk to people every day. This is so important. This is our chance, everybody. Come on.
And Becky, you know what? We're winning.
I hope so.
Can't you feel it? Can't you see it around here today? All the people are streaming into the plaza right now. Thanks, Becky. We're going to go hook up, okay?
Bye, Stephen. You have a great day.
Thank you. Okay. So people are streaming into the plaza. I would say there's something about 500 people. Not now. Can't do it. Okay. 500. Excuse me, please. I got to make my way through the crowd back to our station next to the soundboard here. And I see Ed Griffin there. We're going to try to get a few minutes of Ed Griffin before we go live with the rally. Let's hook everything back in there. So we're going to get all hooked back into the system. So here we are. I'd say there's a crowd of 750 to 1,000 people gathered here right now. I believe if you do a Google search for the Tommy Trojan cam, that we might be able to. You might be able to see the actual scene here. So Tommy Trojan cam or something like that, Google that, and you might be able to actually check out the scene right here in front of the statue.
Hubbard. Jeff. Yeah, right here. All right. I'm going to start.